So if you're like me, you find old homes fascinating but might not quite know the history or have a broad understanding of the architectural design behind a lot of it. So I've done a little digging into my own house, and it appears that my house is a folk Victorian style house, or some refer it as a Victorian farmhouse. It's basically a mix between a farmhouse and a Victorian style house. So usually built between 1870 to 1900. It spread because of the railroad industry allowing access to lumber yards and pre-carved Victorian details. It's simple, but does have some ornate details. Usually single-story porches, no towers or turrets. It's inspired by the Queen Anne Victorian style house, which most people recognize when they hear Victorian style house. They think of the Queen Anne, which I've got this photo off of Wikipedia, but this is like a traditional Queen Anne Victorian style house. So the Queen Anne's were built by more of the upper class with more ornate details and the fancy turrets, and the interior was much more elaborate, but the folk Victorians were more modest on the inside, and they were built more for function, and it was just more affordable for the middle class. So I found this book, The Radford Ideal Homes, which is just a catalog of floor plans for sale basically, and I just found it really neat because I found some houses that look similar to mine. And also it shows the book was $1. The prices on here are funny to look at now, but it really puts into perspective, the time period. So I really enjoyed kind of reading through here, and you can find the full catalog online, but it just kind of shows, I love the wording, and I love the way that it's detailing out how the foundation and cellar plan, and just on this next page it talks about all of the other plans that come along with it. But it does talk about how the lumber bill is not included in the plans because it depends on what area you live in as to what your lumber costs and what kind of materials will be used. And my husband and I have had a lot of those conversations lately that it does depend on where you lived as to what kind of wood was available. So they actually talk about that in here, which I thought was really interesting. I just really enjoyed looking through these plans because they really just kind of give me an idea of the layout of a lot of these homes, because they're really similar in the layout, and you can tell that my house was originally a lot smaller. And then through the years they added on, obviously, but you can see the cost of them. This one says $850. It also shows that this book was from 1903, so it does show that the period these homes were built. I read somewhere that says that they were built until 1910 also, so just in that general time period. But I really liked the layout because you can also see there wasn't bathrooms in there too, so it kind of shows me, like the bathroom that we are remodeling, that was not originally a bathroom. It was converted into a bathroom later on. So I really enjoyed this, and it's really given me an idea of what to do moving forward with the design of the interior and the exterior, and just to get an overall feel for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning about this as much as I did. See you soon.